Something that we would like to see done is that once you pay your house off, it should be done. You shouldn't have to pay more property taxes. Why is it the most expensive item that we own, we still have to pay taxes on after it's paid off? That's one of the things that we are going to work with our house reps to get something put in place with that. And this is where, like Tom said, it's very important that when you leave tonight, that you don't only call once or twice, but even 3-4 times your state reps and start telling them that you support what we're doing here. Okay, like I said, we have our plans posted on our Facebook page and our website. All right, so you guys can read it, you can look it over. We're always we're looking for any additional input if there's something we missed, but we feel like we got a pretty good idea of how to fix the problem. Now, in regards, yes, ma'am.
When you call your state reps,
yes,
make sure you tell them that if they don't do something about this, you're not voting for them again.
yes.
Woo!
We've been doing this for over a year, almost a year and a half now, and we're still trying to reach out to state reps and listen. So it's clear that they don't have us in their best interest, except they want our money, right? Okay? So, with that being said, this is the most disturbing part. When it comes to tax abatements in the state of Ohio, $64 billion with a B is being given away on new building and house development. $64 billion, while they're raising your taxes after you've worked your butts off to pay your house off.
And it's double taxation too.
It's complete nonsense. But $64 billion, and they're telling us that they can't help us out. But they have no problem giving money away to people that are going to then move into these houses. And they don't have to pay taxes for 15, in some cases, can be extended up to 30 years. And then your municipality, your county is not even collecting a dime from them. Who puts the bill? All of us. That's the disturbing part here, and that's why we're all here tonight. Because we've had it with our state reps in Norman. We're tired of being overtaxed. We're being punished with another term that I don't know if you've heard, it's called unrealized gains.
Yeah.
Where we're being hit with these property tax increases, where they think our values are up here, but we have most of us have no intentions of moving. But yet we're going to pay the taxes as if we were moving. And that's wrong as well.
If you've never been in your house, how can they tell you what your house looks like inside? That's a fair assumption, though. A friend of mine told me, he said, no, what your house looks, what if some people have a beautiful house inside, and some people don't do too much. I say, that's completely unfair.
Well, the thing is, we shouldn't even be crossing that line. The bottom line is that once you buy your house, what we would like to see done is that those taxes are fixed. Just like when you finance your house, okay, it's a fixed rate because you don't want a variable rate because all of a sudden, like look what happened the last few years, your loan can jump up to 15, 20% compared to 6 or 7 or 4 even, depending on when you bought your house. So, there's ways to fix this problem. There's ways to continue to have cash flow coming in to take care of the things we need to operate our county and take care of the roads and all that fun stuff. Okay? But the problem is, none of these elected officials to this day have stepped up to the plate and said, you know what, it's time to cut some fat out of our budget because you know what, the people got to do it, why can't we? So, with that being said, how many of you are aware of what's going on with the Cleveland Browns right now? Well, I'll tell you what, I got a treat for you, okay? Kyle Coots is going to be coming up here to give you the breakdown about that. Kyle.
Hey, my name's Kyle Coots, and I've got a question for everybody. Am I wrong to say that everybody's here tonight because they are upset with how politicians and our elected officials are spending our money? And how they've lost all account of wants and needs. Remember, our parents used to say, want and need, wants and needs. I had 7 kids in our family had 7 kids. It was always wants and needs. They've lost track of that. How about priorities? They seem to have lost track of that. How about accountability? So that's, by the way, folks, that's everybody. It's city, it's county, it's state, federal, and for the stuff happening at the federal level. So, what I have to tell you, you're not going to like. First off, any business owners in here? Business owners? Okay, we've got a few. You're going to not like it even more. So my title, I don't know if you saw the packets, and I think this article is in your packet. But I actually thought about this before I got here, and I thought the title of my presentation is like I would call it the crystal ball projection for the proposed Brook Park complex. I know don't want to go into that. But I want to go back in time just a little bit. So everybody remember the 1999 Brown Stadium? So the I-team from Channel 8 just did a report not even a month ago, and us taxpayers are up to $573 million. $573 million. Okay, so let's just break this down. So here's the math. Beth put that in there. I'm supposed to do the math. You don't have to use a calculator before you. So they make about $1 million every year, the cities/county, because it's sort of a partnership. Okay, $1 million. How many home games do they play a year? Not even 10, right? It's like 9. Let's just make it 10. Let's make it 10 to make it easy. Okay? So what's 10 times $1 million? 10 million, right? So we're 26 years into it, right? 2025. How much have they made?
260 million.
260 million. All right. So remember what I just said? Us taxpayers have put in 573 million. So business owners, you see where I'm going with this? Is that a good return on investment? So they still owe over 300 million. Guess what they built the stadium for in 1999? 283 million. So, I'm just telling people this because fast forward, and here we are, Haslam wants to get from us another 1.2 billion, right? He's crazy, he thinks he's going to get it from me. And so, he wants, and I don't know why, the line just said he wants to give cash, he wants to give 600 million cash. Where's that coming from? Our group said, hey, why doesn't he put that money into a property tax relief fund instead of a sports fund? How about that? That's right. The next governor. So we're going to talk a lot more about that. All right, and then Brook Park, where are they going to get 422 million? Brook Park has 422 million? However they make the money? Where's that coming from? And then the county, they won 170, that's all of us. Another 178 million from the county? And by the way, you'll see my numbers here. So, anybody remember what Haslam bought the Browns for back in 2012? 987 million. Guess what the value, I just looked this up yesterday. Guess what the value of the Browns enterprise is right now? 5.15 million. And by the way, just a frame of reference, they were talking about this, it could have been on one of the HK shows. 49ers is worth 9 billion, so we're like half of what they're worth. But anyhow, he's already multiplied his profit by 5. So, and by the way, I'm an athlete, I'm a coach. Sports needs no help. You know what they gave to the NIL college athletes just last year alone? 15 billion. And by the way, that's the money that we know about. You've heard the stories about the boosters. Here, Fred, come on and visit us. Kind of Ohio State. And so, and here's my projection. And if this stadium is valued at 2.4, what do you think it's going to be in 2028? Everybody knows what that's going to be with construction and tariffs and everything else. But if Haslam stays just 1 year after the stadium's built, and he doubles the $5 billion, guess what? He's made a boatload of money from all of us. I'm not allowed to swear because I'm a Catholic church here, so I almost said something. I will just say horse food or mule muffins, as somebody said not too long ago. So the reason we're bringing this up, and I know Bill, what he said got you upset. And you have right to be. I didn't know much about this stuff. I'm a pretty smart guy. But there's a whole lot that I didn't know about property taxes until we start getting our bills, until somebody started. I live in North Homestead. We're the highest tax rate community on the west side, west suburb. Anybody who lives in Garfield, I think you're number 1 in the state. You're like 3.4, something like that. We're 2.4, 2.5, something like that. Westlake, right next to us, they're the lowest in Cuyahoga County on the west side, they're like 1.9, 1.8, something like that. They're under 2. I never thought we would go higher than Bay Village, which was always a high tax city. I never thought we would go higher than Fairview Park, where my former CPA lived, and she was always complaining about the taxes. So the reason we're bringing this up is that, and like I've said, you can't pinpoint just one thing. It's got to be city, county, state, and the federal department. In fact, I just contacted President Trump and Vice President Vance about a couple weeks ago, and I even asked for an increase on the standard deduction for taxes because of how things have gone up. So, because I'm telling everybody, all the people that we talk to, we're going to meet with some reps Friday. We're going to meet with some reps next week too, and we're telling them the same thing. We don't care what you propose. You need to listen to us because we're we the people. I don't know if anybody saw Signal Cleveland had a big article about property taxes, and some of us were quoted. But the reason we're bringing this up is because at every turn, you can see where our elected officials are spending their money, spending it like there's no tomorrow, and without our approval. It just goes on and on. I have high blood pressure, and I'm relatively young, so I'm a senior citizen too, by the way, but I don't even want to go to my doctor anymore because I can tell you she's going to go, you need to be on more pills. Every time we turn around, and Bill and I and Keith and Beth, we've been around for about 4 months with our group, and I kid you not, every day, there's not a day that goes by where I don't find something that just makes me crazy. I have to get a piece of paper and I throw it across the room. I have to get my frustrations out because I'm as upset as you people. And that's what we need to be. We need to tell our state reps, our senators, anybody who will listen, even if they don't, call them, email them, and do it over and over. Not just once. Let them know we're gonna get out our pointy sticks like we used to do back in the day. And we're gonna be a thorn in their side until they listen to us and do what we want, not what they think we want.
Amen.
Couldn't you,
One question.
The community, could they come together, put the money in the escrow account? I wish someone would do that.
I'm not sure.
Repeat the question.
So you said, can the county put funds in
An
that?
escrow, so this is at the point where your property, but so you're wearing out the cold, then the
If I think I know what you're saying, that's probably not a bad idea.
I'm sure, let's put it, I'll take a motion. So he was asking if the county, once the taxes are collected, if it can go into like a form of an escrow account until things are figured out. The problem with that would be is that they already have a current budget planned out. So funds are already allocated to pay for those things. So in theory, that would be a potentially nice idea, but it wouldn't work for that very reason. Which is why we have to, even while we're working on this right now, it's going to be really difficult to get something done immediately because they plan the budgets ahead of time. So these funds are already allocated. Pardon?
That's the state.
Yes.
That's the state.
Yes. So that's where the problem lies. They're always steps ahead of us, and they're not keeping us informed. So here we are, we're trying to keep up with them, trying to find out what's going on all the time with our state reps, and that's why we're constantly trying to put the heat on, and we're constantly reaching out to them, so we can keep up with what's going on, with what bill proposals they're coming up with, and budget ideas, the whole spectrum of things. It's all tied together. So now, we're going to have Q&A coming up next year.